All right, what's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of the Living the Dream podcast. Today on the show, we have Tristen Hanna, who is a speaker, entrepreneur, athlete, and sports enthusiast. Tristen, how you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm doing well, man. Thanks for asking. And we like to jump right in. So if you could start with telling us a little bit more about yourself and what you like to do for fun, that'd be great.
Um, okay, so as you said, my name is Tristan. I'm an entrepreneur. I am also a collegiate athlete currently. I have one more year left. Um, I'm doing sports in school currently at South Dakota State University, where I study business and marketing. A little bit about myself. What I like to do for fun is, I don't know. I like to read. I like to read a lot. And I like to go on runs, stay fit. That's my kind of thing.
There we go. There we go. And tell us a little bit more about your motivation in life. What gets you up and keeps you going every day?
Um, the reason why I do it is what keeps me up and going. Um, I have a I have this set vision, this set view of where I want to be in a few years, and I know that I when I get there in about 5 years, it won't happen like this. It won't happen magically. I know that what I do today and the years to come will affect the result of where I want to be in life. And so the reason why is what keeps me motivated.
I feel that. And this set vision, do you want to describe it to us a little bit? Like, is it a financial? Is it a location? Is it like a freedom? Is it a family? Like, what's your vision?
Right. So my vision is that I grew up in the Bahamas. Didn't really have it set out for me, you know. I I grew up in a neighborhood where it wasn't the best. It wasn't beautiful. So when I have my kids, I want to be in the position where um my children, they have options. They don't have to answer to anybody. When I'm finished living on this earth, pursuing my purpose, they can go ahead and carry on something that I've started. Um, and the whole gist is just to be in a position, not necessarily comfortable. I don't like to use the word comfortable, but where we're in a position where we can make choices.
I love it. So you're looking to have you and your kids and your family in a position where you can make choices.
Right. Hmm.
I feel that. What type of choices do you think you'll make once you're in that position?
Choices like how? Like it, go more into
So, like, let's say you get to that position, you have $100,000 a month coming.
right.
You own 5 businesses and 500 units of real estate. You're set
Right.
financially for the rest of your life.
Okay.
What decisions are you then? What choices are you going to make once you hit that financial freedom point?
Well, now it's just renewing the cycle.
Yeah,
So now it's time to teach my kids, hey, look at my bank account. This is how much we can make. This is how successful we can be. Now let me show you how to do it. Let me show you my kids, and this is okay. Sit down, play a video, or literally just like show them what it is that they need to do in order to keep this going. What I've already started. So that's once I get to that stage of successfulness, now it's time to pass it on and show my kids what they need to do.
I feel that. I feel that. So a lot of your time after you hit financial freedom will be passing it on to your kids, creating that generational wealth.
There we go. Yep.
I feel that. Okay. Bit more of a challenging question. You're 50 years old. Your kids have moved out the house. They're taught financial freedom. How do you spend your time?
Well, it's just me and my wife now. House to ourselves, and woo-wee. The rest is history.
Yeah, we could just leave it right there. We could just leave it right there. Awesome, man. Well, tell us a little bit about your journey. You're a pretty young guy. I'm also a pretty young guy, very similar ages. You're probably what, 21?
I'm 21.
Yep, I'm
Okay.
22, about to be 23 in a couple months. So uh,
Okay.
I'd love to hear a little bit more about your journey to desiring financial freedom and what kind of put you on the path.
Right. So when I was, well, in the United States, you guys call it elementary school. We're in the Bahamas, as you can see the flag in the back of me. We were under the British, so we call it primary school. And high school in the Bahamas starts at ninth grade. No, starts at seventh grade. I think somebody told me high school in the United States start ninth grade, right? So yeah, so high school starts in the seventh grade. And when I was in elementary school, primary school, I was actually in the sixth grade, getting ready to get out of there. And my mom, she would send me these mechanical pencils. It was in 2013. That is when I think mechanical pencils just came out. And well, in the Bahamas, we call them pen pencils. And so at the time, Dollar Tree in the United States, because we live about 30 minutes from Florida. So after every summer, we would go to Florida for the summer, and we would buy a whole ton of these pen pencils, right? And they would come in packs. They would come in packs of 6. So one pack has 6 in it, and it costs $1. And when I would go back home after that summer vacation, my mom would send me to school to sell those mechanical pencils for $1 each. And so I made $6 off of one package.
Mm-hmm.
So I made $5 profit. And that is what taught me, that was my first steps of management, knowing how to budget, knowing how to buy and sell. And that's where it all started. And when I knew how to do that, when I figured out supply and demand, I knew that it was going to have something to do with my future. And now we're here.
I love it. I love it. There we go. Well, awesome. So it all started with flipping pen pencils. Is that what y'all call them?
Yep, pen pencils. That's what we call it.
There we go. That is really cool.
Yeah.
Do you have any idea of what business model you want to run going forward, or are you just kind of focused on the college athletics right now?
Actually, I'm more focused on business than college athletics right now. If we were to put it on a scale,
Yeah.
College athletics, it pays the school fee, so I guess that's pretty good for right now. But yeah, I really do like business. I lean more towards the service side of business, that business model. Now I have a marketing agency where we make contracts with other entrepreneurs, so that we can help them get the sales they need and the view from the public that they would want, which is actually very important for every business. So we do stuff like that right now. Buying, selling wise, we still do a little bit of that. In the Bahamas, everything is spiked. The prices are spiked because we don't make a lot of things. We don't make a lot of things in the Bahamas when it comes to, let's say, electronics and things like that. So if I would let's say I buy a laptop in the United States, I can go to the Bahamas and sell it for way higher because the prices are lower in the United States for whatever reason. And so if I do buy and sell, it'll probably be around some kind of electronics.
There we go.
Yeah.
Well, if there were one or two people that you could meet right now, and this could be a specific person or type of person, and they'd really help you take the next step towards your dreams and goals of financial freedom,
right?
Who would they be, and how would they do it?
I really want to meet Chris Voss. Chris Voss is a hostage negotiator for the United States FBI. But this kind of negotiation tactics that he teach is really, I feel like it's really essential in everybody's life, whether you need it to sell or just to have a part of your arsenal. It's really important. So he teaches you how to negotiate. I feel like negotiation is a big part of business today. Before we even get to the financial part, you have to negotiate. You have to negotiate the finances in order to get the finances, in order to get the money. It has to be some sort of negotiation. And that step is very important. And Chris Voss is the best in the world at teaching it. So one of those people are going to be Chris Voss, number one on the list in order for me to meet. Secondly, I would say I would go with Robert Kiyosaki, the author of the famous book Rich Dad Poor Dad. Yeah, I'll definitely meet Robert Kiyosaki. He has the basic and the complicated end of what an asset and what a liability is. That is very important as well. Robert Kiyosaki can teach me a lot of things that I feel like he hasn't written yet. So Robert Kiyosaki and Chris Voss, those are my two.
There we go. I love it.
Yeah.
Let's go through an asset and a liability real quick.
Okay.
Run us through it.
So an asset, it's a little teaching moment. An asset is something that you have that brings in money. So anything that helps to bring in money, it's an asset. So this podcast right here, it's an asset. It has the possibility of being a liability or an asset. But in the long run, you would hope for this to be an asset where you can monetize and make money. That's on the back end. So a podcast can be an asset. Anything real estate assets, like buying a bunch of electronics with the intent to sell is an asset. All those are assets. A liability is something that does not bring in money. For example, in Rich Dad Poor Dad, a great example of a liability, which is not known as a liability because it's so famous, is a house. A house doesn't make you money, so therefore it's a liability. You put money into the house, but you don't get money in return. That's a liability. A car is another liability. Even though it can get you to and from places that makes money, to a certain extent, it's a liability because it doesn't pay you. Those things are liabilities. Like, for example, a pair of Gucci shoes, liability. These are liabilities, things that do not bring in money. And I'm 21 right now, and I am trying to build as much assets, the things that bring in money. Yeah, I'm trying to build a lot of those right now, so that when I get a certain age, I wouldn't have to worry about the stress and the burden of me spending wild when I was young.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I'm right there with you. Have you ever heard of Russell Brunson?
No, I have not. Who is he?
I feel like he might be able to help your marketing agency out. He runs ClickFunnels.
Okay.
And ClickFunnels, it's like, he's like a really big marketing guy, and he's teaching me right now how to build my email list for my podcast. And he has taught me some really cool, some really nice educational things about building an email list. For example, I always thought of an email list as a liability. Like, if I had to spend money to get an email list, I thought that was a liability because I was like, it's just taking money out of my pocket. But then he said, each lead, each name on your email list, if you're doing it right and you're following his system and really you're just running a business, each name is worth about $1 per month. So if you spend $100 and you get 300 names, you're making yourself $300 per month.
Right. Yep.
Is what he's saying. And obviously that comes with like selling a course or selling your service
Selling whatever.
marketing
Selling
agency. Yeah,
Yep.
literally selling whatever. And so
Yep.
just really opened up my mind to spending money on Facebook lead ads, or you can like send out emails on other people's email lists. So if you want to do affiliate marketing for like financial services and you
Yep.
want to sell some day trading course or something like that, you
Yep.
could go to somebody who has a list and be like, hey, I'll pay you $100. Give me 100 clicks.
Well, that's the thing. People like to start businesses, and then it's shaky. Some people are shaky when it comes to investing in their business, what they want to blow up. Whereas some people has the tools and the skills to help them blow up, but they don't want to because they feel as if it takes money out of their pockets. But it's an asset.
It is.
It's going to help you. You
Yeah.
know, you're not just giving us money. We're giving you what you need in return. And I would encourage people to not be scared to invest in their business. Like it's like, ClickFunnels are very, very important. Email lists, all of these connections can get you leads and things. These things are actually pretty much mandatory, but you can make it without them, definitely. But
It'll
it takes
just,
longer. Yeah.
instead of investing your money, you'll be investing your time.
There you go. You got it going on. You got it.
Yeah.
It's a trade-off. It's a trade-off that you will have to. That's the decision up to you. You can either make your money work for you, or you can spend the time. You can spend the time and get it yourself. It's time is money in that case.
Absolutely. Awesome. Well, name the most important one or two things that everyday people can do to really help you accomplish your dreams and goals.
To help me accomplish my dreams and goals, what they can do.
Yep.
Wow. Well, I mean, it's only really one thing they can do to help me accomplish my goals, and that is to buy, because I'm an entrepreneur. That's pretty much it. I can't really see another way that that they would help. And the thing is, the way my business model is set up, they won't be just helping me. They'll be helping themselves. That's the business model I have set up. You help me, automatically I help you. That's how my agency, that's how any agency would work. So yeah.
Absolutely. There we go.
Mhm.
So buy from him and refer him business.
Yeah, that works as well.
Awesome. Now we're going to jump into our Thriving Three. And our first question is, what's your favorite book, movie, or podcast? Pick one.
Favorite book, movie, or podcast? Book. I'm gonna go with my favorite book. My favorite book, I want to say Rich Dad Poor Dad, and I also want to say this book right here. It's called Maximizing Your Potential with Dr. Miles Monroe. It's actually, I have it right here. It's sitting here. The book speaks about why we here. We're here for a reason, literally. And God didn't just put us here to just place us here as some kind of decoration to earth. We're here for a reason, and it's called our purpose. That's the reason we're here. It's the purpose. What's your purpose on earth? God made you with something to help the earth. It's up to you as a person on how you're going to maximize it and help others and do what you were placed here to do. So maximizing your potential gives you the keys and the tips. The thing is, you can't just wake up one day and know your purpose. Like it won't happen. It won't happen overnight. Like after you watch this podcast and go to bed, it won't be. You're not gonna wake up and say, "Oh, I finally know what I want to spend the rest of my life doing." Finding your purpose is like finding the person who you want to spend the rest of your life with, your husband or wife. Like it's gonna be like this relationship between you and your purpose. That it's going to be rough sometimes. It's going to be good sometimes. But throughout that course, you're going to say, okay, I really like this. Just like a date. It's like a date. Like when you go on a date with someone, you'd be like, oh, okay, I really like this person. This person just said some things that I really like. I really like this person. When you explore new things and try new things, you're going to be like, oh, okay, I really like this. And that is how you go. That's how you go about finding your purpose and your plan for life. Almost like dating. Treat it just like dating, and you'll find it. Promise.
Yeah, absolutely. Brad Lee, who's a kind of like a sales influencer guy, talks a lot about dating yourself, getting to know yourself. And I feel like in the journey of getting to know yourself, one of the key things you have to figure out, your purpose.
Yep. That's why you're here.
Yep.
It's literally why you are here.
Facts.
You need it's a must. Like this podcast can be your purpose, your gift. So right now it may not be a purpose. I don't know personally, but you're surely gonna find out. I know that for sure. That's what you get with trying. Like, and that's I speak about that a lot. Just try it. You never know.
There we go. Well,
Yeah.
awesome. What is one way you like to take care of yourself?
Well, I work out a lot. I work out literally every day. And the workouts that I do are very tough workouts. Like, this isn't just going to go for a jog and lift weights. This is some real, like, I'm trying to go to the Olympics kind of stuff. So I'd say I'm pretty set when it comes to taking care of myself, physically. Mentally I like to just chill out. I'm from the Bahamas, so when I go home, I'm in South Dakota, by the way, right now. So I went from the Bahamas to South Dakota, which a lot of people question and say, why in the world would you do that? But because when I was home, I can usually just go on the beach, chill out, relax, have a drink, sit down, chill out. But I'm here, it's a little bit different. It snows over here. It's weird, very weird. But just like to go maybe watch sports, watch a game or two, chill out. I also like to eat. So eating is very important to me.
There we go. I love it.
So yeah.
Awesome, man. Well, what is one action step that you can take right now or continue to take if you're already doing it to either meet Chris Voss or Robert Kiyosaki?
Well, I'm gonna meet those guys somewhere or another. It's either gonna take place where I take their advice online and I benefit off what they're telling me and I get extremely financially successful and I host this big event and invite them to speak. That's one way I can meet them. Or another way I can meet them, just go to some kind of conference that they're going to be holding. They hold a lot of conferences. They're very public people. I can say that, not very private. So meeting them is definitely not impossible, but it's definitely not the easiest thing in the world. So
there we go.
Yeah.
Well, I have one last question for you.
Okay.
So you know how there are people on the planet who have a really fixed mindset. They're not willing to accept help. They're not willing to accept change. Sometimes they'll live their whole life like that, and sometimes they'll die like that, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Other times they'll make the switch at some point in their life to more of a growth mindset, willing to accept help and willing to accept change. In your opinion, what is the catalyst that causes that switch?
Well, the catalyst is really simple. And in my belief, it's only one thing or one or two things that would cause someone to change from a very low mindset, as I would call it. And that's just straight up being tired. Like you're yawning right now, just like that. Like how you just yawned, that is how you get tired of being down low. That is how you get tired of saying, oh my gosh, I'm living paycheck to paycheck. And when you get tired of that, that is the only way. Sometimes for some people, they're so deep into their low mindset. Getting tired of being in that mindset is the only way they'll escape. That's the only way for some people. For other people, it is vision, like literal vision, like actually seeing, looking and saying, wow, that's the life I want to live. That looks good. Like it looks good to some people. You know, when you can live in some people, if a mansion motivates you, then that's what motivates you, I guess. If that is what gets you up and out of bed to say, I don't want to live in I don't want to live in I don't want to live like this anymore. And you see someone with a better life and you be like, oh, okay, that looks good. I want that. That can be another way someone gets up and change their mindset. Those really the two ways to me that people would change. Really, the first one. That's what get a lot of people to change, just being tired.
Absolutely. Well, awesome. Tristen, is there anything else that you want to chat about before we sign off?
No, it's been a great conversation. It's been a great conversation. I feel like the people that listen to this podcast today would walk away with something.
Yeah, absolutely. No, I am sure that they will. So, Tristen, thank you for coming on the show.
No problem. Thank you.
Yep. And if you guys are listening to this and you loved what Tristen had to say, make sure to reach out to him. And if you happen to need a marketing agency or you know somebody who needs a marketing agency, make sure to refer them to him. Ooh, got a little tongue twisted right there. Also, if you happen to know Chris Voss or Robert Kiyosaki, let's make the link and let's get Tristen to his goals of financial freedom ASAP. As we always ask, send this podcast to 1 to 3 people you know need to hear this message. Shoot us a 5-star review on iTunes, and we're out.